There's nothing quite like life on the coast. The sound of the waves, fresh ocean air, breathtaking sunrises and sunsets. It's no surprise that so many people dream of owning a coastal home in Nova Scotia. Our beautiful and dynamic coastline is always changing. Climate change is accelerating the rate of change and is reshaping the way we think about coastal properties, along with how and where we should be building our homes. Rising sea levels, stronger storms, and coastal erosion are all factors that can impact coastal properties. While this doesn't mean you shouldn't buy your dream coastal home or cottage, it does mean buyers should be informed about the impacts of climate change so they can make informed buying decisions.
So if someone is thinking about purchasing a coastal home, they'll want to take into consideration things like storm surges, hurricanes, erosions, sea level rise, all those big topic items that we talk about a lot, and most people have a bit of an idea that it needs to be considered. But we also want to think about the location of the septic system. Is there potential for flooding? We want to think about the well, the depth of the well, and the quality of the water. Can that be affected by future storms? We want to take into consideration what the ground is actually made of. So is it like a loomy soil or is it a dense rock? Like these sorts of questions will help potential homeowners understand their property more and the risks involved. More and more, climate change is becoming part of the conversation. I've noticed a vast difference in the last 5 years. 5 years ago, people were talking about hurricanes. They were asking questions about roofing shingles and wear and tear on a home. Now, most people are asking me specific questions about flooding, fires, sea level rise. More and more of these climate events that we've been experiencing in Nova Scotia, there is an increased knowledge that climate events are becoming more frequent and will continue to become more frequent in the coming years. So clients are coming to me with more specific questions related to how those climate events are going to affect their property.
Before buying a coastal property, research is key and can give you a clearer picture of how to protect your property from the impacts of climate change.
Any realtor that's operating in a coastal zone should have a compiled list of resources that they can provide to their clients. And that list of resources should include insurance providers, any coastal mapping or flood mapping that's available for that area of the province, any information that is relevant in terms of erosion. I also direct people to zoning and bylaw departments if they plan to do any sort of building adding on to a home, or if they're buying a piece of land and they want to build their initial structure, to make sure that what they have planned is going to comply with what is permitted on the property.
To help you and your clients make informed decisions about buying a coastal property, the Government of Nova Scotia offers tools and resources. One beneficial tool is the Nova Scotia Coastal Hazard Map.
The Coastal Hazard Map gives you the ability to see what's going to happen on the property that you're interested in, but also the properties around you.
Buyers should also look into whether their insurance provider covers coastal flooding impacts.
The national average for properties that cannot secure flood insurance in Canada is around 10%. But here in Atlantic Canada, we have to be more mindful. We have a vast coastal area, so the number is higher here. Insurance does not typically cover predictable events such as storm surge, rising tides, and coastal erosion. The best way to know what you are covered for is to read your policy document, and if you have any questions, to get in touch with your insurance representative.
Of course, owning a coastal home doesn't mean you're powerless against climate change. There are ways to protect your investment and make your property resilient to the impacts of climate change. The most effective long-term protection is to build out of harm's way. But other strategies include nature-based solutions that focus on restoring, enhancing, or mimicking natural processes which can help reduce the impacts of coastal erosion and flooding. Buyers should check out the Climate Atlantic Coastal Adaptation Toolkit. It's full of practical ideas on how to protect a coastal property from the effects of climate change. For one-on-one assistance, buyers can contact a coastal navigator. They'll help you understand the coastal hazard map and other coastal protection tools and resources provided by the Government of Nova Scotia to help you make an informed decision. Buyers can also visit the Nova Scotia Government's Coastal Climate Change website for more information and resources about what coastal property owners need to know to protect themselves. Finally, the Nova Scotia Association of Realtors Coastal Home Checklist will help guide buyers through all their coastal home buying considerations. This form is available through the NSAR and on the Nova Scotia Government website.
I completely understand people's goal of living on the coast. I mean, who wouldn't want to breathe fresh air every day and be able to look out over the ocean? What a wonderful way to start every day. So finding a balance between having that in a safe way and knowing the hazards involved in living on the coast is a real challenge. And as realtors, we can offer added value to our clients by helping them navigate. When purchasing property on the coast, we want to take all of these factors into consideration for our clients. We want to help them make informed decisions that ensure that not only is their investment financially sound, but that their family is going to feel safe and cozy and comfortable in their homes.
Nova Scotia's coastline is a treasure, and with the right knowledge, buyers can enjoy it for years to come. By staying informed and taking proactive steps, home buyers can reduce the impacts of coastal erosion, flooding, and rising sea levels. Your dream home is waiting. Just make sure it's built for the future.